The 2021 Atlantic hurricane season officially commenced Tuesday, June 1st, 2021. NOAA's Climate Prediction Center is forecasting another above-normal Atlantic hurricane season. Forecasters are predicting a 60% chance of an above-normal season. However, the experts do not anticipate the historic level of storm activity seen in 2020. The Deputy Director of the National Emergency Management Organization, Nemo, urges Saint Lucians to not only heed the advisories, but be prepared for any eventuality.
We are asking people to prepare. Ensure that your trees are trimmed, and overhanging trees, they are trimmed off the road of people's properties. And those of us who have trees that are hanging onto our neighbors' properties, we need to come to some sort of arrangements to cut those and trim those, because you are liable in the event that your neighbor's house is damaged during a windstorm or hurricane. So we are asking people to be mindful and to cooperate with each other, because we have reports where people have complained that trees are overhanging onto their property from their neighbors.
The Disaster Coordination Response Organization, which comprises a number of public and private sector agencies, reminds the public of the pandemic protocols implemented at shelters.
As usual, we have been doing the inspections of the shelters, and this year, should we have to utilize the shelters, we are letting people know that we will be enforcing strict COVID protocols. We have a shelters protocol that has been established specifically for that. People will be screened. We will have vigilant security, an orderly line into the shelters. People will be screened every day. Masks, the need for mask wearing, the need for disinfecting and cleaning more so than normal, because we want to ensure that we do not have breakouts at the shelters. It's an easy thing that can happen, so we need to be mindful of that issue.
The various district disaster committees have been working to strengthen their response to disasters. Nemo is also whittling down the enlistment of its corps of volunteers. The deputy director gives assurances that the systems and procedures are in place to respond to an adverse weather event during the hurricane season.
If we do have notice of a storm that is coming our way, there will be an emergency NEMAC meeting. And from there, the National Emergency Operations Center, which is the NEOC, will be activated. And that is usually headed by a director of the NEOC, who may or may not be the director of Nemo. So that will be operated out from Nemo's headquarters itself. Once that is done, the information is fed into the center. It is not a command center like we have for COVID. It is an emergency operations center.
Maria Medard advises Saint Lucians to take heed of information and messages from official sources. The 2020 Atlantic hurricane season was a record breaker, with the most named storms at 30. It was only the second time that the list of storm names was exhausted since naming began in the 1950s.